I see.
Houston.
But
I think the ceiling's
cutting
Houston.
the nets in Houston, right? Like not just going there. Like what?
I'm not that crazy.
No. Okay. Good.
Give me. If they beat Purdue, I will be talking insane.
Right.
I'll be talking like a crazy person. Yeah, but like
per usual,
we have seen like the building blocks. Oh, this is gonna be even more than per usual. This is gonna be like you need to get checked out, like level crazy.
Per usual. No, just kidding.
Actually, we might not be incorrect there. But we have seen the building blocks like as we've gone closer and closer into the Big Ten tournament.
Right.
You see the 3-point shooting. You see the lineup getting trimmed down, and with the lineup trimmed down to, we'll call it 7 players, right? I mean, if you really need to do it, you could trim it down to 6 players. Really good 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're not a direct carbon copy of one another, but I'm about to play to you right here, Mr. Philadelphia Sports. But didn't Villanova just make a Final Four, kind of playing like a smaller ball lineup, really relying on the 3-pointer, doing it really well? And they got kind of blasted when they got to the Final Four. I think a key injury was something to do with that, but like, I mean, Michigan State's playing the way that you want to with this lineup. I know it isn't like a perfect lineup. There's a reason that they're going to be a 6 or a 7 and not a 2 or a 1. Like, I'm not, delusional to that fact, but it's just the core of that team that they have. Okay, Joey Hauser, Tyson Walker, Jaden Akins all shooting about 40%. AJ Hogard, if you can get him playing the way he did against Ohio State this whole postseason, like, how am I supposed to not get at least a little twinkle-eyed about what can be in this team's future for March, especially with Mr. Tom Izzo at the helm, Mr. 8 Final Fours himself.
Right. And there's a reason that Villanova that year, this recent run, and in the past had, and other schools all over the NCAA have been able to have small ball success in March because guard play is what matters.
Everything.
There are so many years where you see a team where their best player is a center and they flame out early. Because you need other people around you to activate you if you're that center that day. But when you're guard dominant, you could have a lineup that has a Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. Well, actually, those guys are in the NBA, so poor example because they're superb. But you can have teams where like Mikal Bridges is the tallest guy on your team all of March and make a Final Four, win a national title. So like, if you had to say, all right, too many bigs, too many guards, what are you taking in a lineup? Easily way too many guards. It's not even a question. And I think you hit on it perfectly. I think this Michigan State team, all they really have to do, obviously they're not going to shoot above 50% 3 out of the past 5 games like they've done.
That's asking a lot.
You're right.
That's asking a lot.
But I think they can shoot above 40%. I think that the key is, can they have the defense from 4 weeks ago come up?
Yeah, true.
I think they can. I don't think it's a pipe dream because 3-4 weeks ago wasn't that long ago. You combine some semblance of the current shooting stretch with the defense we saw 3-4 weeks ago. That's really all it takes.
That's why I can't wait to watch this Ohio State game because there were some cracks in the defense, but it wasn't the entire game. Like, Ohio State hit some really tough shots late in the game too. But Izzo spoke on the defense directly after the season was over, and he said that this isn't up to snuff. It isn't up to standard.
I believe he said we can't guard anyone.
Was it even meaner than what I said? Okay. Honestly, that probably makes sense. But now that emphasis is going to be in practice, I am excited to see what extra gear they have defensively. So. This does sound crazy. I'm not saying they are going to go to Houston, but asking what the ceiling is, it absolutely can be. Now, with that said, what can the floor be? It's one and done. I mean, a lot of this is going to depend on the matchup. So that goes without saying. That's every team saying that for March. But if you could just avoid the teams with monster big men, Arizona, for example.
Arizona,
I would cry, I think, if that showed up on Selection Sunday. There's some other teams that we can get into later on. But it's just, God, the volatility. I don't know if I can make it, Justin. I don't know if I can do it.
It's fun because now it's kind of when you get to start seeing all these teams starting tomorrow that you're looking at. You're like, who can win the title? You're going to be looking at the Arizonas. You're going to be looking at the Texas kind of teams. And you kind of get to start to see which stock is going to start going up, who's going to start getting hot, who's going to use these last 3 days of rest and parlay that into the best run that they've had all season. That's really what it's about.
And so I'm just staring at this Big Ten tournament like 2015. And I know it's a while ago, so let me, old man Matt over here, talk about past times. But that was a team that kind of was during the season. They had some veteran leadership. They had some things going well for them, but they didn't really put it together until late in the season. 1 win, 2 win. Okay, a really tight loss to Wisconsin in overtime, but it's like, boys look to be cooking right now. So, yeah, that's how we're going to be looking here. It's just like, can they put together 2, if not 3 games where you could see the foundations? And us as State fans, we know what that foundation looks like. We are very blessed to be in this position. About to go on our 25th straight journey with Mr. Tom Izzo to March. So we got a good eye for it. And we'll see what we can observe next few days here. Hopefully a few days here in the Big Ten tournament.
Sounds like a plan.
I hope so, because that's what I'm going to be doing. Man, oh, God, this is 25 straight year. Can you believe that?
I don't know. Some schools, their current streak is 0.
Well, you know what? Just really quick, I want to talk about that, actually, and I will gladly circle back to that. Hit me with you're obsessed all you want. Like, yeah, I am obsessed about this. This is hilarious. The fact that 2 NBA first-round talent and then the ski mask man himself, Mr. 3 Last Dances, you get him on a team with a coach anointed better than Tom Izzo. Can't even make the NCAA tournament, most likely, unless something even more corrupt than FIFA comes out on Sunday.
There's Sepp Blatter couldn't put this Michigan team in the field.
It would be something that team couldn't get to March. But then again, Tom, who's had really good teams, who's also had maybe not so great of rostered teams, like, hey, not too long ago, they're clawing at the end of the season. They have to beat 3 top 5 opponents at the end of the year. There's no NBA players on that team. There's no first-team All-Big Ten players. And yet, Izzo still claws his way. The boys still claw their way to March Madness. They're probably boxing out for rebounds down the stretch. They're probably playing good defense. Probably playing discipline, really good body language down the stretch, too.
Boxing out on free throws for the most part when your season is on the line. And
scoring more than 50 points in must-win games. So there is a difference here. And that difference is that one has a coach. The other one is greatness on their bench. So,
very well, eloquently said.
Yeah, I know. This is great. This is
25 years.
Such a fun day. That's a lot of years.
A lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
Since I've been alive, Michigan State has not missed an NCAA tournament.
And I was 47 the last time we missed an NCAA tournament. So, yeah, it's been really nice ever since.
Switching gears.
Big time.
But just a little bit.
Yes. Okay. Maybe
recruiting.
Yeah.
The future of who's possibly coming into the program. Really the only basketball target worth touching on right now, since a lot of the other guys are kind of just waiting for the spring, waiting for the playoffs to be done and to get back on the circuit of visiting. But Jesse McCullough, who visited for senior day for the Ohio State game, had the opportunity to talk to his parents on Tuesday night. Great conversations with them. Very gracious with their time. I was on the phone with them for almost 40 minutes. They had a great time on their visit, to put it simply. They talked glowingly about, obviously, Coach Izzo, but assistant coach Doug Wojcik, who found Jesse and who has been recruiting him relentlessly since then. One of the tidbits that was very interesting from that article is when Michigan State found Jesse in a tournament in Sandusky, Ohio, who Wojcik was there watching. The very next day, day 2 of that tournament, Izzo shows up with Doug Wojcik. The very day after that, Doug finds him. Day 3 comes around. Not only are Doug and Izzo still there, they're coming for day 3. There's 3 games that day.
Okay.
Game 1 goes well. Game 2, Jesse's team loses by 20. Nobody plays well. Jesse's dad tells me he's thinking nobody's going to stay and come watch the 3rd game later today. Mm-hmm. And most of them don't. But Coach Izzo and Doug Wojcik, they were there for that game 3 where Jesse and his team kind of rebounded. And from that day on, that's kind of where Michigan State has buttered their bread with that relationship, that consistency. Xavier Booker's coaches talked about it all the time as well back in the last cycle.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
So that's kind of what you get with Michigan State recruiting. So we'll see what he does. His timeline doesn't have anything concrete laid out there. There will be a cut down of 5 schools.
Okay.
Jesse's dad, Cedric, said that Michigan State will be in that cut down.
Gotcha.
I asked about any future visit plans, and he said, quote, "Right now we're at home, and we'd love to stay here." So, looks like they're content not taking any more visits anytime soon.
Well, okay. My question to you then is probably irrelevant. Like, what other schools are in the mix here, Justin?
So
I'm sure there are schools.
Yes, wow, good question. Very good question. So, Alabama is the main threat based on the fact that that's who he took his other official visit to.
Gotcha.
He scheduled his Michigan State official right after that Alabama official, so that kind of, if you're reading the tea leaves, means that that they didn't exactly put anything away at Alabama. So I think Michigan State should still have the lead here. Other schools in his top 8, I don't remember all of them because I'm kind of just putting stock in the schools he visits, and those are just those 2. But Michigan's in there, Xavier's in there, Ohio State is in there. A few other schools are in there, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now, I think Michigan State has done a good job separating themselves there.
There we go. Have you been able to watch a lot of his tape, or is there anything that really jumps out to you about his game?
Very good question.
I tried.
I sort of started with that for the people that aren't familiar with him.
Well, you gotta have me something to ask.
So Jesse, I guess the best way that I would simplify it to people, I'm sure there's a better comparison outside of the MSU ecosystem, but to try to keep it relevant, I would say he's probably Joey Hauser with more length and a quicker first step by a little bit. So he's not going to make kind of make fantastic sort of shot creation sort of plays. Instead, he's a typical stretch 4. You give him the ball in the corner, he'll knock the shot down. He's a great shooter. He's not going to go ahead and be just De'Aaron Fox in the open court. No, but he's long. He has a frame you can work with, and he's a good shooter from the 4. So that's what he's about.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sure that's what everyone was waiting for. My stamp of approval is if Doug Wojcik wasn't enough or Tom Izzo wasn't enough. Yeah, I'm sold on this kid now.
Yeah,
all right,
sounds good.
Cool. Look at us go.
Yeah. So really, the only other recruiting development from the past week or so is the decommitment of Nick Marsh from River Rouge, the 2024 4-star receiver. Came kind of as a surprise to most people, including kind of us in the industry, because now Nick was talking about possibly visiting some other places, and that always kind of has you have some pause in your kind of concreteness and someone's commitment. But his mom was very, very pro Michigan State. And
still is
right with her statement afterwards. She basically says she's confident that Michigan State can still be a home for her son. So I mean, we'll see what happens there. I mean, I don't put a ton of stock into that because if she had a ton of sway and really strongly felt along those lines, then Marsh probably doesn't decommit. So that's kind of how I look at it. Is that's good to know, but that's also not the end all be all. So. We'll see what happens there. There's not really any spin zone or I'm not saying, hey, nobody should care about this because you should never really lose a 4-star wide receiver that's a bona fide 4-star, not
this kid's good.
Yeah. There was a 4-star in the state of Michigan of receiver a couple classes ago that I wasn't fully sold on, but this one I was sold on. So again, you don't want to lose a kid like that.
Yeah.
But if you could ask me, hey, which positions would you like to lose a 4-star at if you absolutely had no choice?
Okay.
Wide receiver would probably be second behind running back. Because in the portal era, you can get a wide receiver, you can get a running back. Safety's also up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, also Isaiah Johnson in the previous cycle, Jalen Smith in the last cycle, Courtney Hawkins can find guys that are pretty good. So again, not making excuses, not spin zoning it, but I'm just saying this is not like losing a left tackle or a defensive end.
And there's a long way to go, and obviously everyone is free to make judgment on this. But the whole thing that they are still going to be a school in play here. Yeah, it is a local kid. I don't think they have any issue, trying to get this kid on campus or going to visit him. Obviously, the family seems to lean Michigan State as well. So, look, whenever a kid says hey, I'm decommitting, but you're still part of my top choices, I always look at that that's a lie. That's just not true. And it doesn't make it any softer of a divorce here. But I don't know. If people do have hope for it, I can't blame them necessarily. I mean, there's a long way to go. But I mean, that's just the world of recruiting. And my old man yells at cloud thing is I guess why commit your junior year? I would strongly encourage everyone to take all 5 official visits, and then let's make a decision. Yeah, that's all. That's just me. I'm sure. I would make for a much more boring world, and it's not going to happen. But
I mean, even me, who wants people to follow this closely, I wouldn't even suggest following it before really the spring game.
Okay.
And even then, like, I wouldn't follow what a kid does, but that's where I would start following who is on the recruiting board, who is visiting, making notes of, okay, this kid came for the spring game and he came back in January. This is probably a name of somebody who Michigan State's seriously taking. But like getting worked up over, oh no, this kid that committed to Michigan State last year said he's going to visit Ole Miss this week. Like, none of that really matters this early, but
take your visits.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree.
You get. Well, I was going to say you get one shot at this, but transfer portal makes that a little different. But still, like, this is a very unique opportunity. These kids have worked hard to be where they are.
I have a question.
Take those visits. Yeah.
Visits. Recruiting.
Hawaii, Florida Atlantic. I want to go to Boca Raton.
Let me ask the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's the exact answer. Okay. But just so people aren't on the same page.
Yeah.
Matt, the question was going to be, if you could choose 5 official visits right now, where would you go?
East Lansing first and foremost. Okay. We're going to kick things off there. Hawaii, no doubt about that. I'm going to go check out the Owls down at Florida Atlantic. Boca Raton, beautiful place.
Yeah.
I don't think Florida Gulf Coast has a football team. Tallahassee, I'm sure it'd be beautiful. Go check out some Florida State. Coastal Carolina. Check out some Myrtle Beach action. A lot of golf down there. I'm sure I could be schmoozed to a few rounds of 18. And I'm just going to Google, like, just campus that's hottest that day.
Pepperdine.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right on the beach.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Is that the Malibu one?
That's correct.
That's the one.
Yeah. I got a free shirt from them one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flex on that. Let's go.
Wrote them an email, asked, can I have a free shirt? They responded back, and they said, what's your address?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you. I'm going to try that tonight when I get home. Very nice.
Yeah, that was back in the application days. I had come to that conclusion by Googling which colleges are closest to beaches. And they were right there. Texas A&M Corpus Christi made the list.
Okay.
I don't believe that should count as a beach because I don't think there's sand there, but they have their own island basically inside the Gulf of Mexico. Definitely worth Googling a picture of.
I'm sold.
But,
okay.
Sold
on that.
So that's how I kind of did my research for college applications.
Oh, ASU. I would like to go to Arizona
this
State.
Is true. This is true.
And then Hawaii again. I think I just named off like 9 visits that I want to do, but that's okay. NCAA can come down.
Yeah. They'll probably change the rules and say you can do unlimited visits soon anyway, from what it sounds like, which would kind of be a disaster. But hey, I mean, we'll see.
Sure. Okay, because everything else is going so smooth. Okay, yeah.
Right. But that puts the ball in recruiting. I guess kind of the other thing here with Michigan State football after Marsh, another departure.
Yeah.
This one, BT Jordan. Brandon Jordan, Michigan State's pass rush specialist, has left to take the same position with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. I was having more fun at the start of the show.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about it.
That's true. So, BT Jordan, at around noon, the story broke. I think it was Matt Zenitz who first reported it. Actually, no, it was Jordan Schultz who first reported it. And around 4 o'clock, I found out that Michigan State was still working. So that tells you Michigan State was diligent. They were persistent. They kind of got ahead of it. They did all they could on their end. But BT Jordan kind of had his mind set on coaching in the NFL. Now, kind of the reaction afterwards was total meltdown mode from Michigan State, the Michigan State fans. And that's kind of no surprise, as I've gotten to know recently here, the past cycle or so. But kind of the way I look at it is it a big loss? Definitely. But what does it tell you? What does it mean in terms of kind of Michigan State as a program? What does it mean about Mel Tucker and things of this nature? To me, it doesn't really impact that, because the way you would look at it when you're looking at those metrics is, A, Mel Tucker found him.
Yeah.
And Mel Tucker and Michigan State showed their program they can get you to the NFL if you're a coach. In terms of negatives, people immediately rush to, oh no, Michigan State couldn't keep them. They're not a big-time program. Michigan State kept him over Texas A&M, over Colorado, and 3 unnamed schools that I haven't been able to figure out.
Yeah.
And going to the NFL is a different beast. So
a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't understand that side of the meltdown whatsoever. People pouting or self-pitying. So not a good development. You're better with BT Jordan than without BT Jordan. But I don't see where a lot of the meltdown was coming from. Now, in terms of his impact, real quick, BT was a guy that would get you through the door. He would get your foot in the door with a lot of top prospects. But he wasn't really the guy that was recruiting many of them. He wasn't the day-to-day, stay in contact kind of guy. So what Michigan State lost here is really just the opportunity to get people in the door, and then a lot of the skill development that BT would do in the offseason.
Gotcha.
It's not really game day duties. It's not game week prep. It's not scheming. It's not day-to-day constant recruitment. But again, Michigan State's better with BT Jordan than without. But it's not like losing a very, very good coach. It's a little different than that.
Yeah. I mean, you hit it out of the park right there. But yeah, just the whole like, oh, MSU's a stepping stone. Well, yeah, he's a positional coach who's a young guy who had NFL dreams. Like, this happens at programs everywhere. Very rarely is someone's dream job a positional coach at a program. They're going to jump around place to place. If there's an NFL door open, they're going to take it.
Yeah.
That happens everywhere. Do you know where that happens? Georgia.
Yeah.
Alabama has it happen to them. Like, every coach that's an assistant, in a way, uses the program to build something and then springboard to something bigger, like, I don't know, a dream job.
Right.
So yeah, if it was a jump to Colorado or Texas A&M, like that would have been a backbreaker.
Right.
That would have been terrible. But no, crazy enough, this guy who's been around football for quite some time had NFL dreams, and he answered the call when a team called him. Like, yeah, so a stepping stone. Like, well, yeah, that's how it works with coaching and collegiate and NFL. It's the relationship between the two.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're right.
I think I think it's just interesting that some of those people that are saying that this was his stepping stone treatment towards Michigan State, the coach that they cover would love for Michigan to be his stepping stone, but they won't give him that job. So moving on.
Who are you? Okay, yeah, we got a lot to get to here. Yeah. What is next, actually? Are we giving out flowers?
I believe that is exactly the time, because after talking about a departure, it is only right to talk about an addition.
We got a big addition, and hey, we don't have to go too far back into history for who we are giving our flowers to. We got to appreciate Antoine Simmons, and we could appreciate him just as the player. You know, his senior year was dynamite, second in the Big Ten with tackles. Had some amazing performances, namely the one against Michigan at the Big House as 3.5 touchdown underdogs. Even his junior year, most tackles on the team as well. But let's talk about what's going on off the field, too, with him. Between the junior and senior year is when the D'Antonio to Tucker transition happened. He was the de facto voice of the team. He was just thrusted into the spotlight. And they don't teach you that. That's not in your little handbook for how to be a college football player, but he aced that test, and he ain't done at Michigan State. He is coming back as a graduate assistant. How can that go wrong? Everything that I've ever heard about Antoine Simmons, incredible. It is very, very hard to find something that you just can't love about this kid, whether it's his play in the field, whether it's how he handles himself off the field, or, hey, now his commitment to Michigan State. Welcome back, Antoine Simmons. Enjoy your flowers. Thanks for everything you did in your playing career. Can't wait to see where the coaching career goes next.
Yeah, I think you hit it perfectly there. Antoine, as a leader, as a communicator, got as much praise when he was here as a player as he did for his on-field production. I think that will translate very well to his job as a GA here at Michigan State. I think a lot of times GAs, you don't expect them to come in and make a big impact recruiting, because a lot of times they're going up against other full-time coaches. But Michigan State kind of saw that in Jaron Duhart as the DB's grad assistant recently. And I think that Antoine can have a similar impact when he gets here, because he's young. He's going to relate to a lot of these kids. He was always known as being a good communicator. So he's going to be a guy that can immediately come in and have a recruiting impact.
Yeah.
And just in the film room, or just kind of coaching these kids up. He's gonna be somebody that they immediately learn from, someone they gravitate towards. So I don't think you can rate a grad assistant higher than this. So
I love that he's coming back. Love that he's coming
back. Great move for everybody.
Yeah. So there we go. That's some nice news for you on the football side of things.
Definitely.
There we go. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling okay. Not good, actually, because now I know what's next.
How can we change that? Yeah, that's right. How about two are facts, one is whack, Justin? If you're new to the show, first of all, welcome. Thank you very much. This has been a lot of fun. What a roller coaster of a show this has been. But this is a segment that we do where I say three statements. Two are facts, one is whack. Justin, are you ready to play? Two are facts, one is whack.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. You're due. You're due. Okay, the theme for this is Big Ten Tournament. There's one going on this weekend. Statement number one, Mr. Thin. MSU has as many Big Ten tournament titles as first-round Big Ten tournament exits. Okay. Statement number 2. Kenny Goins has more Big Ten tournament finals appearances than Indiana does. Statement 3. MSU has won a Big Ten tournament as a 4 seed more than any other seed it's had. Or has been. I should work in the English there.
So the first one is equal to, right? The same amount of Big Ten tournament titles as first round exits.
In the Big Ten tournament, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 2 is Kenny Goins has been to more Big Ten tournament finals appearances than Indiana has.
Okay.
And then the last one, MSU has won a Big Ten tournament as a 4 seed more than it has any other seed it has been.
Okay, Michigan State has won 6 Big Ten tournament titles, I believe. If I'm already off on that, then I have no hope of winning this.
No, you're right on that. I'll give you that one. Yeah, you are right on that.
Right. So, 6 first-round exits seems like a lot more than come to memory, but it's been around since 98,
There's been 23 of these tournaments.
Right.
23 of these.
So I was born in 98, so I don't remember the first several, and I haven't checked Wikipedia in a long time to see how those went for Michigan State.
Well, I have, so good luck.
So this is cheating because I'm not old enough to know this, but
okay.
So
is it going well? No visible stress on the face right now.
So Kenny Goins.
You need a cigarette or anything?
I think. No, I gotta think this through a little bit more.
Yeah, sure you do. Take your time. I'm here all night.
Kenny G made.
Yeah, how many did he make? How many finals appearances did he make? Wow, this is tense.
All right, Indiana hasn't been good recently. That one's true in my opinion. What was the third one again?
MSU has won a Big Ten tournament as a 4 seed more than it has been any other seed. I think I've worded that differently 3 times, but the point
No,
remains.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I got to write the third time.
I'm going with the first one as whack.
I thought you were going to get this one. Oh, MSU has been to 6. I'm sorry, has won 6 Big Ten tournament titles. They have also exited in the first round just 6 times, Justin. I'm so sorry. But that one was true. Kenny Goins has had more Big Ten tournament finals appearances than Indiana. Kenny Goins by himself, he's won 2 Big Ten titles in the tournament, that is, 2016, 2019. Indiana, in the 23 years this tournament's been around, has only been to 1 finals in the Big Ten tournament, which is like an insane stat for how storied of a program that is. The one that was whack, MSU has actually never won the Big Ten tournament as a 4 seed. They've won it as a 1 seed 3 times, a 2 seed twice, and a 3 seed once. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I honestly couldn't even tell you what years Michigan State was a 4 seed. I just felt like the first one was not
too good to be true. Yeah.
So I just didn't even put stock into thinking about the third one because I was so sold the first one was wrong and the second one was right.
Well, here we are. Here we are. I don't know what's more impressive.
0-6.
Huh? Sorry.
0-6. 0-6.
You don't have to say it that loud. It's okay.
0-6.
We're going to come up with a good one for you next week. Yeah. It'll just be like your favorite teams. Like, Justin likes chicken tenders. Like, Justin likes exotic food. And Justin likes fries. And that's going to be it. That's what we got coming next week. We're going to give you a softball here next week. I can't wait for it. It'll be great. Oh, I'm sorry. How are vibes over there? Are we still doing okay? Or are you able to bounce back from these, or does it just
losing sleep over these games?
Son of a gun. Son of a gun. You know what? Let's get the pressure off you right now.
But for those that are watching live, Penn State has just clinched a spot in the NCAA tournament by most reasonable bracketologists.
No way.
79-76 over Illinois.
The Fighting Shrewsbury's over there, man. Good for them.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I like the program a lot.
Right.
Owen, let's get to Owen. He's telling us to hurry up. He's got to get to Mug Night tonight, so let's get to chopping here. Let's go.
All right, well, we got some good news. MSU gymnastics fans and gymnastics fans in general, on Sunday it would have been, MSU had a tri-meet between I forget now, MSU, LIU, and
Eastern?
Bowling Green. Those are the three, sorry. And basically, Michigan State went in, I guess, lower expectations of, we're going to rest some of our gymnasts on some events and that sort of thing. Well, they just happened to absolutely crush their team overall record. They broke their program records for team in bars, beam, and vault. They had their first ever perfect 10 with Jory Jackard on bars. Nikki Smith had a perfect 10, only the third on vault in program history. It was a historic day all the way around. I got to interview Coach Rowe after the fact, and he was just in disbelief of the fact, and they were able to bring the Big Ten regular season trophy as well to the meet, and they wore the shirts after, and there was a big celebration. So just an all-around record-breaking day. Shout out to all the gymnasts from Michigan State. They've been killing it, whether it's Gabby Smith, Skylar Schulte, Jory Jacker, Nikki Smith. You could go up and down the entire roster. And the fact that they have just about every gymnast coming back next year as well, it's just, it floors me. The fact that Michigan State went from, they were shooting for 197 last year, because that's really, really good. But they were able to break 198 for the first time, and they're not even in the postseason yet. So they just keep on getting better and better and better. So it's going to be really exciting to see where this MSU gymnastics team ends up, and I guess we'll see where the ceiling is really for this team, because they just keep on getting better and better. But my one question, I have one for Sheehan.
Oh, God.
It's a little bit of trivia, because, you just roasted Justin.
Okay.
And,
this is fair.
You graduated in 2014 from Michigan State, correct?
I did.
The university was around in 2014?
Well, it was called Michigan Agricultural College back when I was there.
Sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yep.
Okay. Name me as many MSU bars as you can. Go.
Okay, that's going to be Crunchies. We're going to get over to Harper's. We got Dublin as well. We have the Riv. We have Peanut Barrel, if you want to count that. We have Old Uncle Richard's Basement, a.k.a. Rick's. We have Club Rush. We also got P.T. O'Malley's in the mix.
You count Club Rush and Harper's.
I have no shame. Yeah.
Different places. Okay.
Oh,
Fair.
maybe I shouldn't.
I mean,
yeah. There's hot now. Back in my day, it was called Pepino's, and then it changed to Fieldhouse, and then it could be anything now. I don't know that,
yeah,
but
it's still Fieldhouse.
It's still Fieldhouse.
Okay.
Don't disrespect Fieldhouse.
I was never Fieldhouse when I was there. It was only Pepino's when I was there. It was great. Thursdays, $2 pizzas, $2 Coors Lights. I mean, $20, you were a king at Pepino's on Thursday nights. But yeah, that's probably where I top out at. And
and was that about 9?
You're forgetting the place I'm going to go to.
Is that the place that wasn't even around when I was there?
Luha's?
Is that Luha's? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Look at you, just a youthful
Did you say
spring
PTs
chicken over
too?
there. I did
Yeah,
say
he said-
PTs, yeah. I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah. How'd I do? Did I do okay?
That's about-
Was there a number you were looking for me to
that's
hit?
pretty good.
Okay, thanks.
You said
Harrison
Dublin,
Roadhouse,
right?
if I could throw that one in there as well. Drinking 40s behind the hamster cage. Does that count as a bar or no? Does that not cut it?
Not quite.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see you on Makeout Monday one of these days.
You got it, man. Just for you. You got it. Cannot wait to have my debut day. It's going to be awesome.
With Sparty. Can you imagine you see Matt Sheehan on MSU's Makeout Monday?
Yeah.
With Sparty.
Yeah.
Just in the back alleyway. That would be electric.
If it's next Monday, that gives me enough time for a prepared statement to give to my wife. But yeah, that's okay. We'll get things sorted
Well,
out
usually
here.
it happens over the weekend, and then they put the compilation together and they release it
Oh,
on Monday.
easy.
It
Okay.
doesn't happen on Mondays, yeah.
I got ample
That would
time.
be- nobody really goes out on a Monday. Justin,
Sheehan
you ever
used
go
to.
out on
That's why
Monday?
he didn't even think twice.
Yeah, the weekend was any day that ends in Y when I was a senior at MSU. Yeah, that's and that's how we turned into the way we did today. So that's where we're at here.
That was good. We put Sheehan on the spot, but unfortunately, he just kept rolling. He got what, 10 of them? Owen, was it?
Yeah,
10?
no, ask me to name parts of the MSU
You see
library,
Lincoln?
like that would have gone south.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone has ever stepped foot in the MSU library.
I did once because it was really cold, and there was the warmer way to walk to where I had to be. I got like 20 seconds of furnace, so 20 seconds of cold air.
Matt,
so.
did you say land shark? I think you forgot.
No, it was like shut down forever when I was there. Like, I don't know.
Really?
No, I think I went there once, actually.
That
was a blurry night. I don't know.
Owen's going to be late to his night out at the bars because he's asking you about night out at the bar.
Yeah, if we're talking the Land Shark night, I need a lawyer present because I can't speak to anything I did that night. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Land Shark. The Bulls are getting you? Is that what?
The Bulls got me one night. I went there once and, like, just 404 error not found thing of that night. So, like, I don't know. I'm going to need at least one lawyer here present if we're going to talk Land Shark night because I don't know what happened. It could have been anything. Could have been great. You know, I might have donated a lot of money to charity that night, too. Who's to say I might open up my phone and donated? That's probably what happened.
Okay.
Probably. Likely.
Oh, and you have MSU hockey for us at all?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I forgot about that, too. We haven't even talked about that. But
yeah.
Way to keep him on his toes.
They, I guess they pulled off the upset. Notre Dame is ranked the lower.
No, that's an upset. Call it an upset.
But
that's an upset.
It's whatever. It was on the home ice of Notre Dame, South Bend. They took down Notre Dame on Saturday and Sunday. Only problem is they got to go to Minnesota and play one game against the best team in the entire nation, the Golden Gophers, on Saturday. If they somehow win, which I've seen Minnesota twice this year when they came to Michigan State, and MSU scored 1 goal and Minnesota scored 11, I think. So
we're due.
The odds aren't looking hot, right? But maybe could be a magical night. I don't know. I mean, dude, if
the confidence is bleeding through the screen right now. Yeah, the confidence is just coming out of the speakers.
I'm saying, all right, I'll say this. How about I'll say this? If Michigan State wins, I'll burn a couch.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to be doing that anyway.
Inside or outside the apartment?
Right. Well, I'm in a house, so.
Okay, Mr. Fancy Pants over here. Inside or outside the house, then?
Outside, because my landlord would kill me.
Yeah, probably. But a bet's a bet.
The landlord should know where he bought the house. It's Michigan State.
I can't commit to it, but I'll try. I can commit my effort to come. All
right. If Michigan State wins national championship for hockey, will you come to one of the bars in East Lansing and get absolutely horizontal, as I like to say?
Yeah, probably basketball or hockey. Yeah, like if it's basketball, I would put a cinder block on the gas pedal and get to East Lansing in like 30 minutes flat, and probably and just have the most regrettable night of all time. But yeah, I'm willing to do that. Yeah, you got me.
You're gonna. What bar would you go to?
Probably Harrison Roadhouse. No, I go back to Old Faithful, Harper's. That was always there for me.
Wow. Dude, Harper's is a freshman bar, though, so you're clearly out of touch.
Great.
Right now.
The kids love me, so perfect. Awesome. That's great. How do you do, fellow kids?
All right.
What's up?
From now on, if we're going to talk about bars, we need endorsements. We've been giving up way too much free publicity because of Owen.
It's free Club Friday on a Thursday, baby. That's right.
I have a quick funny story.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was like. It was like 2-3 weeks ago, just to show how young the Harper's crowd usually is.
Okay. It was like high school night or something.
No, I went there because my friend wanted to go, and the police showed up, and they were outside, and the workers inside went around telling, I'm 21. Well, the workers inside were going around telling people, if you're not 21, leave out the back. And I've never seen Harper's more empty. There was probably 50 people in there on a Saturday night.
Owen just got like 7 employees arrested by just telling the story.
I don't know if Harper's going to be our next sponsor, but that's fine. That's okay. I'll still come whenever I go up there.
I don't have any plans of going back anytime soon, so
no,
that's okay.
Well, I do. I want to still be welcome when I go in those doors. So we'll see. I don't know.
Dude, they will usher you in. They're going to be all like, holy crap. How old are you? Are you?
Yeah. I'm 68 in May. I'm 68 in May. Yeah.
This is what a real ID looks like?
Yeah.
All right, Owen, you got to get to Mug Night, allegedly. So
stay young, stay beautiful, never age.
We appreciate all your insight and all your input in making Field old. And
that's right.
Until next week.
It's a good time.
Yep. Hey, we still got some more hockey to talk about, Justin. That's right. We got our Spartan Dog of the Week, DAWG, and you talk about a dog on the ice, in the net. We got to give it to Dylan St. Cyr. Michigan State committed themselves to history last weekend, winning their first ever Big Ten tournament series. And they didn't need home ice to get the job done. No, they went to South Bend. Yes, they lost the first game 1-0. Morale could have been down. They had every reason to be like, oh, great, we never win these things. We're on the road. No. 4-2 win, back-to-back. That's 2 out of 3. And Dylan St. Cyr, let me tell you about his numbers right here. First game, 19 saves on 20 shots. Game 2, 29 saves on 31 shots. And if that wasn't enough, Game 3, the one that would decide who moves on, 35 saves on 37 shots. That's a lot of rubber flying your way. That's a lot of welts that he probably compiled, but he also compiled a 94% save percentage. Look, I don't know a lot about hockey. I know that is a damn impressive number. 94% save percentage, and that's what has Michigan State going to Minnesota looking to commit themselves to more history and more greatness. What an awesome year so far for this hockey team in general, but man, getting it done in the postseason as well. Good luck Saturday, boys. We're all rooting for you.
Well said. Well said. Congratulations to Dylan St. Cyr.
God, he's
an
icon.
Numbers looking like Antoniemi from the Blackhawks when he took my Flyers out of the Stanley Cup that 1 year.
That's a deep cut reference right there. Wow. Are you over that?
About Antoniemi. Anytime I think of good goaltender performances.
I see that 1,000-yard stare in you. Yeah. Hey, is that it?
I think that does it.
Oh, man. Okay. Well,
they can go home and look at brackets for the rest of the night.
Oh, I cannot wait. Let's go. Oh, man. Just get ready for just my stomach to be in knots for 2 hours and 15-ish minutes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Friday. And this is everyone, too. This is the best time. We all get to do this together, too.
Right.
It's just one. Misery loves company, but, what loves company even more is just anxiety. We're a tribe. And we're going to get through this March together one way or another. Whether it's just 2 more games or whether it's, let me carry the 9 more games.
Wow.
We're gonna be
fantastic work.
That was quick work right there. That's right. That's that Spartan education paying off right there. So, yeah.
A lot of nights in Wells Hall, I could tell.
I slept in Wells Hall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know me. Big Wells Hall guy.
The way that Chief of Propaganda is sleeping in the woodshed right now, that was you in Wells Hall.
Yep. Yeah, as hard as Chief of Propaganda works on the Twitter sphere, that's how hard I was at the textbooks in the math department.
Love to hear it. All the theorems and proofs are just memorized.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
That's what we like to see. That does it for this episode of the SD4L show.
That was fun.
It was fun.
I hope it was.
It was
at
fun.
least for everyone else. I had fun.
Yeah, it was fun for me too. That's all that matters, Matt. Whatever we think.
Let's go.
And if you didn't find it fun, that's too bad. And
we'll try again next week.
Yeah. And that's when I try to avoid going 0-7 in 2 facts.
You got this.
What is like?
You got this.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Love you guys.